1979 stood at a crossroads. The glitter of disco still filled the night air, but a quieter mood was beginning to take hold. Songs of longing, hope, and change drifted from radios, capturing the feeling of a world on the edge of a new decade. Some tracks flashed brightly across the charts before slipping away, leaving behind memories tied to roller rinks, neon lights, and late-night drives. Here on Americast, we're revisiting 10 unforgettable one-hit wonders from 1979, and a few hidden gems waiting at the end. These songs may have faded from the spotlight, but their echoes still linger for those who remember. Ring My Bell, Anita Ward. When Anita Ward recorded Ring My Bell, few could have predicted the impact it would have. Originally written for a much younger singer, the track found new life through Ward's soft, inviting voice and its shimmering layers of synthesizers. Released at the height of disco's reign, Ring My Bell captured the carefree spirit of a night out, but carried a sweetness that set it apart from heavier club anthems. The song quickly rose to number 1, becoming a signature sound of that golden summer. Yet, as the decade closed, so too did the era of glittering dance floors. Though Ward would not return to the charts in the same way, Ring My Bell remains a lasting reminder of a moment when music offered a brief, brilliant escape. Knock on wood, I'm Stewart. In 1979, Stewart gave new energy to Knock on Wood, a soul classic that she reimagined for the dance floors of a changing world. Her musical theater background added a sharp sense of drama to the recording, with horns, rhythms, and vocals that felt larger than life. Stewart's version climbed quickly to number 1, its urgent beat and dazzling production capturing the spirit of disco's final surge. But as the year faded, so too did disco's dominance on the charts. Stewart would continue to perform, but it was Knock on Wood that remained, a brilliant echo of a time when every night still held the promise of something electric. Born to Be Alive, Patrick Hernandez. Hernandez spent much of the 1970s chasing a break few ever find. Then came Born to Be Alive, a song built on a relentless beat and a chorus that spoke to the simple joy of being in the moment. First finding success in European clubs, the track's energy soon spread across the Atlantic, filling American dance floors with a sense of celebration and life. Hernandez's anthem captured the heartbeat of 1979, a year trying to hold on to its brightness even as the world around it began to shift. Though his moment at the top would be brief, Born to Be Alive endures as a reminder that sometimes the greatest songs ask for nothing more than to be lived in and remembered. Gold, Jon Stewart. By the time Gold reached the airwaves in 1979, Jon Stewart had already walked a long road through the American music scene. A former member of the Kingston Trio, Stewart's roots ran deep in the folk revival of the early 60s, and his songs often carried the weight of someone who had seen dreams shift with the changing times. Gold marked a rare moment when his voice, steady and sure, crossed into the mainstream. Built around a soft rock groove and lifted by background vocals from Stevie Nicks, the song painted a portrait of chasing fame in the bright lights of Los Angeles, not with wide-eyed wonder, but with quiet recognition of its cost. It rose into the top 5 on the Billboard charts, giving Stewart his biggest solo success. Yet when the moment passed, he returned to the life he knew best: writing, touring, and telling stories in smaller rooms. Gold remains a gentle reminder of the brief moments when the world stopped to listen to a voice carved out of experience. You Take My Breath Away, Rex Smith.
I don't know what to say. You take my breath away.
In the spring of 1979, a ballad drifted across the airwaves that seemed to speak directly to the hearts of teenage crushes and quiet daydreams. You Take My Breath Away introduced Rex Smith to a national audience, his voice carrying both vulnerability and warmth. Originally an actor with a background in musical theater, Smith was cast in a television movie called Sooner or Later, and the song became its emotional centerpiece. Blending soft piano, gentle strings, and lyrics filled with youthful longing, the track struck a chord with listeners who remembered what it was like to fall in love for the very first time. It climbed to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a favorite on late-night radio and dedication shows. Though Smith would return to acting and stage work in the years that followed, "You Take My Breath Away" remained his signature. A tender, fleeting moment that left behind a quiet kind of magic. Get Used to It, Roger Vdoris.
I couldn't believe our love would last. It's coming on.
Roger Vdoris stepped into the spotlight in 1979 with Get Used to It, a song that carried a lightness perfectly suited to the late summer air. With its easygoing guitar lines and smooth, almost breezy vocals, the track captured a feeling of quiet optimism, a sound that fit neatly between the fading echoes of soft rock and the changing energy of the new decade. Vdoris, a California native, had spent years working behind the scenes as a guitarist and songwriter before finally finding his moment as a frontman. Get Used to It climbed steadily up the charts, eventually breaking into the top 30, carried by its gentle groove and simple, hopeful lyrics. Though he continued to record and perform, the spotlight gradually shifted away. Still, the song remains a snapshot of an easier, more open-hearted time, a reminder of when a few chords and a voice were enough to fill the air with possibility. Morning Dance, Spyro, Gyra. In a year filled with disco rhythms and soft rock ballads, Morning Dance offered something different. A bright, breezy instrumental that felt like the first light of day. Spyro, Gyra, a group blending jazz, pop, and Caribbean influences, captured a sound that was both sophisticated and effortlessly cheerful. The melody, carried by a lively saxophone and crisp percussion, seemed to drift in like a warm breeze, offering listeners a gentle escape from the noise of everyday life. Released in 1979, Morning Dance found unexpected success on both pop and adult contemporary charts, a rare achievement for an instrumental track at the time. It became Spyro Gyra's signature song, even as the band continued to explore new musical directions in the years that followed. Morning Dance remains a timeless reminder of how sometimes a simple melody can lift the spirit without a single word. Just When I Needed You Most, Randy Van Warmer. Some songs seem to carry the weight of a heartbreak, too heavy for words alone. In 1979, Randy Van Warmer captured that feeling with Just When I Needed You Most, a gentle ballad wrapped in soft guitar and a voice that seemed on the verge of breaking. Written after a difficult breakup and a move far from home, the song reflected a kind of quiet loneliness that resonated deeply with listeners. Its slow, aching melody and vulnerable lyrics found a home on radios across the country, climbing into the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. For a brief time, Van Warmer's voice seemed to speak for anyone who had ever been left behind. Though he continued to write and perform, it was Just When I Needed You Most that remained, a tender reminder of how music can sometimes say what the heart cannot. Pop music, M. In a year marked by changing sounds, pop music arrived like a signal from the future. Behind the name M stood British musician Robin Scott, who blended the growing pulse of electronic music with a playful take on the culture of radio hits. With its robotic rhythms, quirky vocals, and infectious chorus, pop music stood out sharply against the fading glitter of disco and the softer sounds of the charts. It was both a celebration and a subtle satire of the pop industry itself, capturing a moment when technology and music were beginning to merge in ways few could have predicted. The track soared to number 1 in the United States, a rare feat for such an unconventional sound. Though Scott would continue to record and produce, pop music remained his defining moment, a bright, unmistakable flash at the edge of a new musical era. Cruel to Be Kind, Nick Lowe. In the summer of 1979, Nick Lowe offered something rare, a pop song that smiled even as it told a harder truth. Cruel to Be Kind combined jangly guitars, a bright melody, and a touch of bittersweet wisdom that struck a perfect chord with listeners. Originally written during his days with the band Brinsley Schwartz, the song found its full voice years later, polished just enough to catch the changing tides of radio. Lowe's easy delivery and sharp lyrics gave the track a charm that felt both familiar and fresh. and it climbed into the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100. Though he would continue to build a respected career as a songwriter and producer, Cruel to Be Kind remained his signature pop moment, a reminder that sometimes even the lightest tunes can carry the heaviest truths. Music box dancer, Frank Mills. Sometimes a melody alone can tell a story. In 1979, Music Box Dancer by Frank Mills offered listeners a moment of pure, wordless nostalgia. Originally composed a few years earlier, the gentle piano tune found unexpected success when it finally reached mainstream radio, standing out in a year dominated by louder sounds. Its simple, lilting rhythm and delicate arrangement evoked memories of childhood, quiet afternoons, and simpler times, even for those hearing it for the first time. The track climbed into the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, a rare achievement for an instrumental piece during that era. Though Mills continued to record and tour, Music Box Dancer remained his enduring gift, a reminder that sometimes the most lasting songs are the ones that speak without saying a word. I Don't Like Mondays, the Boomtown Rats.
I don't like Mondays, I wanna shoot.
Not every hit song in 1979 came wrapped in bright colors. I Don't Like Mondays by the Boomtown Rats brought a darker, more sobering voice to the charts. Written by Bob Geldof after reading about a tragic school shooting in California, the song turned a horrifying headline into a haunting ballad that captured the confusion and sorrow of a senseless act. Built around a stark piano melody and a restrained, almost weary vocal delivery, it offered no easy answers, only a reflection of the unease many felt but struggled to express. The song climbed to number 1 in the United Kingdom and found a lasting place in the collective memory, even as it faced controversy for its subject matter. While the Boomtown Rats would never again find the same global spotlight, I Don't Like Mondays remains a powerful reminder that sometimes music doesn't just entertain, it forces the world to stop and listen. Some songs shine for only a moment, but their echoes stay with us. The one-hit wonders of 1979 captured a year of change, hope, and unforgettable melodies. They may have faded from the charts, but not from the memories they made. If one of these songs took you back, share it with us in the comments. And if you enjoy these journeys through music's hidden corners, we invite you to subscribe to Americast. Until next time, the music lives on.